Welcome back. We're now going into Unit 5, which is trigonometry, and in this lesson we're going to review what you should have covered in grade 9. Starting off with some simple basics. What is a triangle? What is a quadrilateral? Triangle is a closed shape with 3 sides, whereas a quadrilateral is a closed shape with 4 sides. Identify the following as being acute, obtuse, right, angled, or none. And in this case, we're going to take a look at the definitions. If you remember correctly, an acute angle is something which is less than 90 degrees and greater than 0. So this would be your acute angle. This one here is a right angle, which is 90 degrees. We've got an obtuse angle is between 0 and 180. So this is your obtuse angle. And the one that's left over, which is greater than 180 degrees, is none. All right. Continuing on from there, our next slide, we've got a little bit more. We're looking at angles and parallel line theorems, which is a quick review. Here is the opposite angles. What it says to us is that angles that are directly opposite of each other for 2 intersecting lines are going to be the same. So 1 and 3 are the same, and 2 and 4 are the same. Complementary angles are angles which always add up to 90 degrees, whether they're together, where we've got 40 plus 50, which will be 90, or they're separate, 27 plus 63 will both add up to 90, then these are considered complementary. Supplementary angles are angles that always add up to 180 degrees. So this here is an example of a supplementary angle, where we've got 40 plus 140 is going to be 180. 60 and 120 are also supplementary angles because they add up to 180 degrees. Interior angles of a triangle always add to, well, this is where you could pause and check this. 25 plus 100 is 125. 125 plus 55 is going to be 180. The interior angles of a quadrilateral, a 4-sided closed shape, is going to be, well, we could check this. Here's a perfect square with 90, 90, 90, 90. 4 times 90 would be 360. And also, if you check this with a shape which is quadrilateral but not necessarily a perfect square, 100 plus 100 is 200. 200 plus 110 is 310. 310 plus 50 is 360. Moving on, a transversal is a line that intersects 2 or more other lines. So this line here transverses over these 2 other lines. Parallel lines are lines that run in the same direction and never meet. So, to look at some transversal patterns or theorems, this is called the F pattern theorem. And it's called that because it looks like an F. And whether it's an upside down F or flipped the other way, here's what we do know. We know that these angles on the top are the same and the angles on the bottom within that F are the same, and so on and so forth. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and I hope you can absorb what you see here. We also should note that the way to show that 2 lines are parallel is by showing the arrows. And so it says that this line is parallel to this line on the bottom. The Z pattern angle shows that these interior angles are the same. And you could also take a look and extend this to say that those exterior angles are also the same, but the Z pattern doesn't always show those angles on the outside depending upon how the diagram is, but you do need to make sure that those top and bottom lines that it transverses over are parallel. The interior angles for a C pattern always add to 180 degrees. So if we were to take A plus B, it would be 180 degrees. And if you flip this, you could also try and check that this other angle here plus this other one is also equal to 180 degrees. Just a quick review. These here are to check whether or not you understood what was going on in the last set of slides. And at this point, I would encourage you to pause and try and do them on your own. Alright, with this first one, this is a right angle. So we know that this question mark angle plus the 21 must add up to 90. Or the other way of looking at this is 90 minus 21 is going to be 69. The angle is 69 degrees. Same thing goes with this one. This will be 90 minus 24, which is 70 minus 4, which is 66 degrees. This here is a supplementary angle, which means it adds to 180 degrees. That also means that if we wanted to find this question mark, it's going to be, where's my pen? It's going to be 180 degrees minus 57. And that will be 130 minus 7, which is 123 degrees. This is another one where we've got 180 supplementary angle minus 128 is going to be 70 minus 8, which is going to be 62 degrees. This here tests your understanding of the opposite angles. L2 and L4 will be the same. So if L2 is 42, then L4 is going to be 42. And these are opposites here, so it means that L1 and L3 are the same, so L3 is going to be 138. No work required. Scrolling down a little bit here, we've got a quadrilateral. The interior angles are given, all except for one. This is going to be 360 minus 80 minus 94. What is that value at the bottom? I think it's a 68 from what I can see here. Minus 68. Let's add those up. What's that going to be? That's where I pull up my calculator just to make sure I get it right. And that should be equal to 118 according to what I've got with my calculator. Hopefully I read that number at the bottom right, because right now it is blocked by my recorder. This here is a triangle. The interior angles of a triangle should all add to 180 degrees. So S is going to be 180 minus these two. 180 minus 56 minus 63. That's 110, 119. 180 minus 119. Well, if it was 120, then it'd be 60. So this is going to be 61. That concludes pretty much this lesson. Again, this is focused on doing a little bit of review. Where are we at here? On to the final page. Final slide. We are now done. You've got a little bit of practice which you can do on your own, which is the worksheet that's available on the Google Classroom. And you've also got these other questions. Oh, I want to do that. You've also got these other questions on page 326, 1, and 5 to 9. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your review.